when I wear these pieces, specifically the Maroons, specifically the Mississippi Mound Builders, it really invokes like my ancestral lineage. My dad has been tracing back our roots, and although we know that my dad's side of the family, we trace back our roots as far back as Arkansas. My mom's side of the family, Baltimore, Maryland. But recently, we found out that my grandpa was actually from South Carolina. And when I see these prints, especially these new prints with the Maroons, with the Mississippi Mound Builders, I almost feel like my great grandparents from South Carolina are pulling me, and they're holding me, and they're caressing me, and it almost feels like I've been there before. And when I put it back on, it feels like I'm there right now.
When I wear these pieces, these voices that come back as a memory is the message, the messenger. That's the voice, is the one who's talking to me, who created these pieces. You, brother, you help inspire to regain back that memory of who I am and who our people are. When they see that, this is something that will click, that will find a way to question theories, question the truths, question the education, the edutainment, question everything about life when they get inspired by understanding this powerful message. Through everything that we've been set, we must forget everything we were taught to understand the beginning, which is our genetic ancestral memory. And that is what's something that love, as brother explained it, love is one, so is the concepts of duality, with destruction is construction. So we have to break down ourselves. And this right here is a form of that decolonization. That's the part, is education. We need to really go back. And the earth teaches us everything. See, this is just a construction in the cities. This is what I feel. And so this is the new form of glyph. This is the ancestors at one time chiseled in stone. Now you got it graphic. Now you got clothing. Now there has to be a new way to translate this message of revolutionaryism. This concept teaches indigenism, teaches the unity of black, red, everybody who suffers from these same oppressors, to knowing that we have a common enemy and we have our own clothing now. It doesn't need to be Polo. It doesn't need to be Gap. It doesn't need to be Louis. It doesn't need to be European standards with the Prada, the Hitler shit. That's that trash that has contaminated our people. So this right here regains back our identity.
I let them take turns. You know, sometimes it's my mother who passed away when I was 6 years old, so I never really got a chance to hear her voice directly. Well, I did, but not in the way of giving me the kind of guidance that I need as an adult. My father, in the same way. I spent a lot of time with him, being a self-employed entrepreneur, and even though he wasn't militant in the sense of confronting the system, he was militant in the sense of making sure he took care of his family, took care of us as young men, as boys, as young men. And I benefited from just having extended families, that extended mothers, extended family uncles and aunts who contributed. And then most, of course, being involved in the struggle for over 45 years as far as building the All-African People's Revolutionary Party and seeking out answers to the African Revolution, I've had the benefit of touching base with people as powerful as Kwame Ture. And I remember once I had a dream after Kwame had passed, and just the short of it was, I was walking down the street and I had on some African garb, and it was the colors actually of the PAIGC. It was a yellow and green And it was a nice garb, right? And I was walking, and I looked up in this doorway, and it was kind of dark. And stepped out of the doorway just enough so that I could see him was Kwame, and he had on the same colors and almost the same garb. And I took that to mean that, you know, when we talk about ideological struggle and principles, I took that we was of a like mind in how we have to confront this. And I took that to mean I need to listen and to study the brother. But I was really fortunate to have years of contact with him, and it was always informative. And there's many others, but I wanted to share that.
Those ancient ancestors all the way to the ancestors who are still walking today. These pieces are manifestations of the work that has been done since time immemorial. And I mean that like literally. So everything that we're seeing today, as our elder talked about before, all history is a current event. Well, these pieces manifest that. So currently in 2025, when we look at these pieces are a reflection of things that we've been through since time immemorial. So these are a way for us to express ourselves, where we at, what we're doing, so people can't be confused about who we are, what we're about, where we're going.
So when I wrote these pieces, you know, the voices and presence that I feel are like my ancestors. So on my dad's side, my granddad kind of traced it back. And so we have, you know, the Black Seminoles, but just the Native Americans and indigenous folks in general. I mean, it goes back, way back. So when I wear this, it just reminds me, you know, like they're here with us no matter what.
What about on your mother's side?
On my mom's side, same thing. You know, the Cambodian heritage goes back, you know, centuries, right? So when I wear that, you know, I hear him, my great grandpa who passed, you know, a couple years back, I hear him. So it's the same thing, you know, when you hear a song and you associate it with somebody's voice, or when you smell something, you associate it with people, right? It's the same thing with these pieces here.